Today, I'm chatting with Lauren Williams, who's the SVP of Organizational Culture and Change Management at SiriusXM. Lauren specializes in organizational design, communications, change management, and leadership development. Lauren, I'm really excited to have you on the show to discuss a topic that I think is really hyper relevant right now, especially for HR professionals and the HR tech industry in general. And that's building and maintaining culture and employee engagement across distributed offices, distributed teams, organizations, and through acquisitions and mergers. You are on HR Snacks, and I've put this question on the shelf for a little bit, but I'm going to bust it back out. We're in the holiday season. What's your favorite holiday snack?
Oh, goodness. Your viewers are of age, right?
Yes, typically, yeah.
It's funny because I'm not actually a big snacker. I always give my husband the side eye about what are you doing now? Like, oh my God, you numbers every single time. But I am a big proponent of wine in the holidays and pretty much all year, but specifically during the holidays, it's either a sparkling wine or it's been 13 years in New York, Coquito, which is a very famous Puerto Rican drink that is spiked typically with rum. Some people put other things in there to really zhuzh it up. But I do love a coquito during this time of year. I'm waiting for my cousin to deliver some this week.
Coquito. I'm going to have to get some notes about coquitos from you after the show. All right, let's actually dive into the topic here that I was so excited to have you on about. Over the past 2 years, there's been a ton of consolidation in the HR tech industry, and that's really extended beyond just HR tech. A lot of industries are experiencing consolidation right now with acquisitions and mergers. Right now, there's a lot of organizations, leadership teams, HR teams that are grappling with how to navigate these consolidation events. I know you've experienced that at SiriusXM through the Pandora acquisitions. What are some ways that organizations can help build and maintain culture after an acquisition or merger event?
Yeah, I think the thing that people need to realize about all mergers, acquisitions, et cetera, is that at essence, that's a change. And it's really important to remember that at the center of every single change are people. And I think that's where a lot of people forget to think about, okay, so how does this impact the different people that we're bringing together and merging those cultures? Because that is truly what becomes that make or break factor if it's going to work. So the companies that really get it right truly understand that you don't like bolt the cultures together. You have to intentionally build them and create that connective tissue so that they can turn these multiple organizations into one. And like you said, I did live that firsthand. Pandora was acquired by SiriusXM in, I believe it was March of 2019. I remember where I was when I got the announcement. I was in LA at AdColor, and then it actually happened a couple of months later. But the thing that really brought all of us together were our communities. And it was the first thing that really started to merge things together. I think it's really important that organizations really listen to people, make sure that they feel like they're seen, they're valued, that they're understood, that you need to acknowledge the change that is happening and use that to build trust, because trust truly is the foundation of any cultural transformation and any strong business at that. So it's really important to build it from the inside out. We are one organization and we are a rich tapestry of so many different microcosms that make up what SiriusXM is today. We have SiriusXM and Pandora, obviously. We also have SiriusXM Connect. We have AdsWiz. We have 99% Invisible. We have Team Coco. And it's like all of these things happen. And then we also have people in other countries. We have all of these different types of lived experiences that make what we have really strong today.
It seems like the trickiest part is really how to unsilo those organizations from coming in as an entire group and how to blend it into one unified company and vision. Follow-up question.
Yeah.
Team Coco, is that Conan O'Brien's outfit?
It is.
Oh my gosh.
He is such a character. He's very tall.
Yes. I love his podcast and I love his show, his series on HBO. Me and my wife watch that. He's hilarious.
He's very nice.
Oh, that's awesome. All right. So final question. So another byproduct of combining organizations and culture is adding new worksite locations. And for larger companies like SiriusXM, that can include international locations as well. I know that probably adds some additional complexity and things to consider into the mix, but how have you been able to create and maintain strong organizational culture across SiriusXM's offices? Because I know you have offices spread out across the US and you also have some offices in Europe as well.
Yeah, so one of the first things that I did when I came into this role was we sunset one program that we called our culture carriers because it felt like it was an initiative that really was being pushed from the top down into every single office. And what I really wanted to do was to allow people to create identities in every single office that then bubble up to what is one SiriusXM. And we call those steer codes. So we launched it in Atlanta where I'm at. I held a session with everyone in the office. We did it while there were other leaders visiting, so we would have a bigger turnout. And I just sat there and asked them all the questions like, what would you like to see to make your office experience better? And I remember somebody asked me, what do you want it to be? And I was like, you don't want me to dictate that. I'm not even from here, first of all. I just got here 2 months ago. And so they were like, oh, so they realized like I was serious. So they brought up different issues. They wanted the plants to be watered. They want music playing. They want to be able to have seats, which we're still working through. But what we found was, and through all of that, is that the challenges that we have here are not the same challenges that we have in Ireland or the same challenges we have in LA. We've been really intentional about trying to avoid the whole like one size fits all culture to really allow people to power their own experience. In terms of the international strategy, we've expanded into Europe. We have offices in the UK, Romania, and in Ireland. And they have different types of things that they want to see in order to feel like they're really truly building a sense of belonging. It's different. I wake up every day because they're 6 hours ahead and I see how interactive they are in their Slack channel. I'm like, wow, Dublin has it going on. And it's different than what we do. But I think that being able to connect those dots between North America and Europe is so important. So like figuring out what is universal, what are our shared values, what are the leadership expectations that we want to see, and what is the promise? Because the promise is the same. We want to make sure that everyone feels seen, valued, understood, that they belong. And that takes a lot of work. Maintaining culture across all geographies isn't really about enforcing sameness. It's truly about finding shared meaning and allowing each location truly to bring themselves to the forefront because we want to honor our people and we want to honor their communities.